What is going on, YouTube? PPS here. It is an early morning YouTube play of the day video for your boy here. We're coming at you guys with two spots, two Dinger Tuesday picks for you today. Yeah, super pumped for today. Obviously, last time we were on the show, we did get our sweep, which was awesome, which was the Blue Jays money line and the Torres hit with Strider 9Ks. Obviously, Strider continues to be an absolute wagon. I don't know if I recapped because I had to do a quick video the time before, but Gausman Seager. Gausman ended up with 7, and Seager got a hit. So that will be all added up into this. We're at 29, 26, 3.18 units heading into today's spots. I have a very long shot there for a Dinger Tuesday for one of my plays, and then I'm also going to have one that's a little bit more down to earth because the one I'm playing before that's around 750 on most books. So I think that's long enough for us to be able to play a little shorter one and not get too much shit for it. So let's get right on into it, right? We're going to head into our first play. I'm going to go against my own team again. I'm going to go Aaron Nola over 18.5 out at plus 125. This is on DraftKings, and I will pull it up for you guys right now so you guys can see where I'm looking at. Got to make sure that this is not showing. Actually, who cares? You'll see who my next play here as well. So Aaron Nola, outs recorded plus 125. And then this would be my next play, which would be Tyone under 4.5 Ks with Davies not to record a win. So you can see right there it's minus 108. I'll have that here in 1 second. But so now you've seen both the plays, but here are what we're rolling with. So Aaron Nola, obviously, he's actually tied for 5th. Actually, I think it's like 10th, but there's 5 people tied with it. So however you want to say it, he 3.8 pitches per plate appearance. Obviously, that's very, very good. He's running that sinker down that gets a lot of ground balls. He's been fantastic. He's facing off against my Brewers. And you guys know how much I love to fade my Brewers, especially in these tougher matchups. I talk about how bad they are against lefties, right? And let's just talk about them against righties. They only bat .233 against righties. They do take a lot of walks, but that doesn't really mean too much when you're facing Nola, who doesn't really walk guys, right? Nola obviously much better at home. It's been documented this year as well. 200 batting average, only a 369 slugging allowed, more strikeouts than innings pitched. I mean, he's been very, very good compared to a 5 ERA on the road this year. He's hit this number, or he missed this in his last game, but before that, he hit that in 6 of 7. He's got one of those leashes that you can just roll forever. The 6 of 7 was actually for 100 pitches thrown. He hit this in 4 of his last 6. So he's got a real long leash, one of the only guys that you're going to see consistently over 100. I think it's kind of different because Alcantara last year was that guy. Now he's not even getting to 100 this year. Nola's going. He's going out there, even if he's at 90, he's going to go out there for another batter, right? This is a Brewers offense that's going to be really struggling in this spot, in my opinion, right? He'd be 233 to the righties, 222 to lefties. He does give up a lot of home runs, which that's why I'm not doing like an earned run or a Phillies money line or anything like that, because I think he does give up some runs, right? He's going to give up home runs. The Brewers are literally swinging for the fence every time they're up there, and he's given up 21 home runs so far this year. But I do think the rest of that time, outside of those home runs, he's going to be able to get these guys out pretty quickly. Obviously, he's going to have to be blown up real early for him to be coming out of the game early. But I think that he settles down and does start cruising in this game. It happens a lot in Brewer games where they'll score the first or second inning and then just do nothing the rest of the game. So I think this is a great spot. I love Nola. I love his pitch count limit, and he just keeps on going. So love this spot. Plus money, it's hard to get away from. Next play, Jameson Tyone under 4.5 Ks with Zach Davies, no win. Let's just talk about Tyone here first. At home so far this year, he's got a 7.41 ERA. He's got a 323 batting average allowed. And what I really don't like for him is, he's got a 293 batting average allowed to lefties with a 621 slugging. If we look up and down this lineup, outside of Lane Thomas and Joey Meneses, you're going to be seeing a lot of lefties, right? CJ Abrams, you got Candelario, who's a switch hitter. You got Kyber Ruiz, who's on fire, who's a switch hitter, right? All the way down this lineup, you're going to see switch hitters. Probably getting Corey Dickerson, not Stone Garrett. I mean, you can go. They have so many switch hitters in this lineup. A lot of great hitters here. they've been performing pretty well. I really like this spot for the Nationals. They obviously do not strike out. This is very well known. Sorry, there's just a deer that ran through my backyard. I just saw it start running, and now a little baby deer. So I was just got off my game there for a second. But 233 batting average allowed throughout on the road so far this year for Tyone. So big difference home road. It's about 75, 80 degrees here in Wisconsin. I'm about an hour away from Chicago, hour and a half. So I think the ball will be flying. Tyone's giving up a lot of pop. And Davies is in Atlanta, probably the worst spot you could be. Doesn't miss bats. You're going to be messing around with probably the best lineup in baseball, if not top two. This is just not a spot I want to back Davies. He's not really carrying it. Tyone is minus 160. You guys know I don't play that. Davies is like minus 500, minus 550. Just a good reducer down to 108. Doesn't have to do too much, but he does get it away from that minus 160, which I just can't play at all. So Tyone under 4.5 Ks. Davies, no win, is sitting around minus 108. In terms of strikeout percentage, 16% to lefties, 24.5% to righties for Tyone. And like I said, he's probably faced seven. Probably going to face 7 left-handed batters in this lineup, and the Nationals are just not going to strike out. So do like the spot. I think it probably closes at plus money at 3.5 to the over for Tyone. So I think this is a really nice spot for us to grab this early. All right, guys, what you came here for. You guys came here for those dinger picks. Let's get to it. And I told you I'm going to have a long guy, and that's going to be C.J. Abrams. C.J. Abrams has been a dog since entering the top of this lineup, guys. He has been awesome, obviously. If you watch Pass the Prop, you know I talk about him all the time, dude. He has been great since moving to the top of this lineup. He's batting .480, 8 runs scored, swiping bases, 7 steals, right? I mean, this guy is on fire since moving to the top of the order. Not a huge home run guy. Did hit 1 2 games ago. And does have some pop, right? He does have some pop. But what I'm really fading here is Jameson Tyone here. Like I said, he can't get lefties out. He's got a 7.77 FIP to lefties. Obviously, awful. 11 homers and 33 innings pitched to lefties so far this year for Tyone. Like I talked about, over a 600 slugging. This is a spot I want to play lefties. There are a lot of other lefties in this lineup. If you want to back them as well, I think those are great spots. But I love the spot, top of the order. C.J. Abrams, I mean, if they let you play a combo meal where he gets a steal too, I'd probably do that as well. I'm just backing a guy who's seeing the ball very, very well. Obviously, a very hitter-friendly park and a very, very nice matchup for him against Tyone here. I just think that this is probably one of the better matchups you're going to get, especially for him outside of Washington, because obviously Washington's a pretty hitter-friendly park as well. But you're not really losing too much heading into Wrigley. Going over to Matt Olson, so far this year, .460 slugging against Davies, against lefties. Olson has been an absolute juggernaut now. Dude's just hitting bombs every game, I feel like. Obviously, that's reflected in the price. Sorry, I'm losing my voice early this morning. He has hit a homer in 2 of his last 6. Or 2 of his last 7 grand slam through 3 games ago when he hit one off of Kopech. It's going to be completely different against Davies, obviously, with the mostly forcing and changeup. But what I do like here is even if Davies does shut down this lineup maybe 2 times through, you're going to have a bullpen here that does struggle with power, struggle getting outs. They're not even ranked in the top half in most categories for bullpens overall. So if the Braves are winning, which I expect them to be winning, you could be seeing the back end, not the good ones, the bad ones, the bad guys coming out of that pen for the Diamondbacks here. And I think that obviously Olson has shown an ability to hit lefties better. If they do decide to go lefties, you don't have to worry about platoon ever with Matt Olson. But obviously enough pop to hit it out of anywhere. I do expect a little bit more of that surge coming here soon. I think he's only hit 1 home run in the last or 2 home runs in the last 2 weeks. Obviously, with that All-Star break in there, it's only around 10 games. But I do expect him to get back onto that roll. Over the last month, he's actually got 10. So he was on a heater. I think it starts coming back here soon. And I absolutely love Matt Olson today to get one off of Davies. So Recap. We have Jameson Tyone under 4.5 Ks along with Davies no win at -108. We have Nola over 18.5 outs at +125 on DraftKings. My two dinger picks are going to be CJ Abrams at +750 and Matt Olson at +285, guys. I appreciate it. I know it's a longer video whenever I do the Dinger Tuesday ones. They're a little bit longer. But if you could, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to 2,000. We're getting there. It's slowly but surely. And I appreciate all you guys liking, sharing this video. I really appreciate it. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck today. And hopefully we'll be able to catch you in some of these Dinger